Hey, this is Authentic Epic Boom, and this is my story about my ex, the love of my life. We met about 12 years ago, and I was in a relationship. And we're going to call her PM for Pretty Mix, okay? We met off this party line called the R, is what I'm going to call it. So I heard her on there, and I think she hit me up, and we just kind of gravitated toward each other and connected. She was younger, so I was more like a them sister to her, telling her to be careful on here, be careful who you meet, just be cautious because she's young and naive. And I didn't have anybody at the age of 14 to tell me, 15 or 16 to tell me anything about the life. I didn't come out until later on. I just stayed bisexual. So until I moved out of my parents' house. So I'm like, you're lucky and blessed to have people to talk to, especially me. I want to make sure you're going to be okay. But after a little while of talking through the boxes, she sent me a picture. I think I might have sent her one, I'm not for sure. But we talked all the time, whatever else. And I just wanted to make sure she had somebody to talk to. Her mother shut that down, completely down. Years later go by. And she hits me up on the R. I'm on there, and I'm single this time. No longer have a domestic partner. I divorced her. And we connected, talked, picked up where we left off, kind of, updated each other. She's about to graduate from high school. She's 19 now. So she was supposed to go out, I guess, with somebody. That didn't work out. She asked me to hang out with her, hang out/date. So her mom brought her. I was very interested to meet her mom, nervous too, and meet her sister. Meet somebody's parents on the first date. That's kind of a lot. But I was like, well, come into the house. Let me grab my jacket and I can show you around. So I was doing that, and then her mom walked in. This love story almost didn't happen because once her mom disrespectfully walked her behind in my house, I was ready to go in, go off, and cuss her out because you don't do that. You don't. So that almost didn't happen, just to clarify. And got in the car. We went. She took us to my friend's house. We actually caught the train to Long Beach, and this is where things kind of picked up. I was very attracted to her when I first saw her. Let me say that. Brown skin, thick, long, curly, wavy hair. Like I said, she, mixed or whatever, have black, have something else. Nice complexion, nice body, a soft stud, aggressive but not too aggressive, very attentive. I like attentive people. She was really into me from day one, and I was really into her, and we went to this restaurant, a little Mexican restaurant, which was cool. We sat there and we talked like we've been talking and knowing each other forever. Like I said, we always had some kind of really nice connection. So we were in the courtyard, and it was all like these little lights and stuff, and the sun was going down. I felt like 1 minute everything was on pause or slow motion, which was great because it felt like a movie. It was gratifying and nice to know that I myself get a movie, with somebody I really care about, that I'm connected with. But it was one big issue for me, her age. There's an 8-year difference, and that bothered me because I like them older. I got over it. She made me nervous. That's not me. I'm a blunt person, so for her to make me nervous, it was a lot. But she cared about me. Like I said, she was attentive. I'm definitely always attentive. She was caring. We had electricity, passion, this connection, and it was like, wherever she went or I went, it was like we had a halo around us. I felt like we were walking on the moon most of the time, and we were, dancing in our own circle and nobody else was around. I never felt like that before. So I finally get the unconditional love that I love and, needed and deserved. I felt appreciated. And we put our money together to go places. We had a lot of fun. We created a lot of memories, whether we were sitting in the house to going somewhere. Every place was like a great event for us. Even if it was just sitting having a conversation, I knew she was there for me, and that was important. And I remember the first time I was really going through something and I cried, she kissed my tears away. That right there makes me want to cry. For the simple fact that that's caring about my well-being. I've never had anything like that before. So it made me think age is nothing but a number. If we had problems about stuff, we tried to work them out. We didn't have anything perfect, but I can definitely tell you it was priceless and unconditional. It was gratifying. It was beautiful. It was intense. And she taught me to really appreciate myself. I appreciate her in my soul. I feel like I could still feel her, And she taught me a lot about patience, you know, and a lot about her, you know, the other part of who she is and how they share things. I learned words, and we just really had a great time. You know, when you love somebody enough to just go through everything with them, you wouldn't even think a second chance, as simple as breathing for me, just to think about her or what we were going to do in our lives. You know, later on, she came to see me. I was going through some stuff, and I walked her to the corner. She got hit by a car right in front of me. It was like a bad movie. I ran in traffic trying to get to her. Her leg was broken. Her head was busted open, and I just was in complete disbelief and scared and crying and screaming. I wasn't able to see her that night, which really upset me, because in my mind she was gone even though she was moving. They wouldn't let me see her, so the next day I had to stand where her blood was, and it just made me go through so many different emotions. I just knew I wanted to be where she was. That's the only place I wanted to be. That is my obligation to her, because I love her so much. Where else would I be? So I was there asking questions, talking to the doctors. Even though her parents weren't, I was there to help wipe her butt or whatever she needs. She wound up proposing to me. Like I said, nothing was perfect, but it was beautiful. It was ours. It was like a rare glass of wine. Kelly Rowland has a song called Love Lives in Strange Places, and I took it the opposite way, because you never know who you're going to meet and fall in love with. This was my picturesque story of somebody who's willing to love me as much as I'm willing to love them. We loved hard, and we loved together. She was my best friend. She was my everything, and I was finally appreciated in every moment that counted. So once she got out the hospital, her parents didn't want me around. We got married for a little while, but let me say this: everything I learned from her, we went through some awful things, but we went through a lot of love and being there for each other. I feel like if maybe she would have been a little bit more mature or older, it would have worked out. And you know, she said something to me a while ago about having a dream. We hadn't seen each other in years, and she saw me and started crying, and we reconnected. Hopefully that'll happen one day, because I think about her, and like I said, I feel like I feel her in my soul. When somebody loves you so pricelessly, intensely, all you can do is take from that and say thank you. Thank you for the patience you showed me. Thank you for the love you showed me. Thank you for opening my heart. And thank you for teaching me how to love, but not only receive it, and know that love can be as strong, and I can be treated like a queen and get exactly what I deserve, and so can you. That's the story about PM. I still love and cherish. And maybe if all the crazy drama with her family didn't happen, we maybe probably could have worked out. But she means a lot to me still within this moment. Thank you for listening.